we are, of course, promoting something very, very exciting for everybody, and we would like to share this milestone with all of you. So good afternoon to all our partners, our distinguished guests, and our friends from the media. We will be, of course, promoting and telling you all about the partnership that we have for today. And of course, we would like to celebrate this milestone and share it with everybody to fuel a fully digital lifestyle for all Filipinos. With a show of hands, I would like to ask, how many of you have been inconvenienced with falling in line just to pay your bills? Yeah, perfect. So we'll be telling you how we can all solve that. Today we will all witness the beginning of a partnership that would offer more convenience to one of the tasks that we probably or certainly hate the most, and that is falling in line just to pay our bills. Thanks to the new collaboration between Converge ICT Solutions Incorporated and BTI Payments, we can now say goodbye to long lines and fewer payment options so we can say hello to an improved overall customer experience. So that's just a few of what we will be having today. To formally welcome us to today's event, we would like to, and to tell us more about the partnership, let us all welcome Mr. Jesus Romero, the Chief Operating Officer of Converge ICT Solutions Incorporated, for his welcome address.
Good morning. Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Thank you for joining our little event. As mentioned, I'm Jesus Romero. I'm the COO of Converge. But if you look for me in the office, look for Boboy, not for Jesus. So I'm proud to be part of Converge. You know, Converge is now the fastest growing broadband provider in the Philippines. That's not according to us. That's according to an external body, International Finance Corp. It was awarded last week, January 31 in Bangkok. So the boss received the award, and I think it's a vindication of all the efforts we've done, you know, to really provide a better experience and better value for customers. We started really growing the fiber network in 2016, and we're really happy that now, about 4 years later, we reached this point. We actually crossed about 500,000 subscribers last year, which makes us the third largest fixed wired broadband provider in the Philippines. One of the more important initiatives for us is actually having a very good customer experience. So we look at that whole chain from signing up, order management, installation, the service delivery, service assurance, and of course, the after sales. And part of after sales is payments. And you know, honestly, this is one area where we do need to improve a lot. And that's why we decided, actually, somewhere in the vicinity of this building also, to partner with BTI. So BTI and its parent has been in the business for almost 25 years, you know, doing payment kiosks. And you know, Filipinos, somehow, they like to pay in cash. So in the past, our customers would queue up in our business centers, and we call them blockbuster days. You know, it's already 10 p.m., people are still there. We introduced other payment channels, which are still available, but somehow it did not take off because what customers want is when I pay, it gets credited. And BTI, other than having these, you know, very nice payment kiosks, which accept cash, but do not give change. No, actually there's a mechanism for change. No, MySukli, they worked with us to make real-time payment posting possible. So now, with over 500 payment kiosks in the areas of our operation, and there'll be more, no? So we're working with them to have more of this. And by the way, they're also available in other locations, not just Converge. And I think Dan, my friend, will talk about it. So we're really looking forward to make it easier naman for customers to pay. Also, you know, customers sometimes they tend to wait in the last minute, and then, you know, if you don't pay, they may be disconnected. So service will be interrupted. So what they want is when they pay, it gets credited immediately. So that was one of the key benefits of this partnership. And as it grows, no, we're pretty sure more customers will be using this payment channel. I cannot belabor too much the importance of this. Again, it's customer convenience, customers being able to properly manage their cash flow. We by the way, we cater mainly to the middle class and even lower middle class. No? And to them, internet is as important as water and electricity. And they have to make sure that they manage their budget properly. I said earlier, not only best experience but best value. So again, with this partnership, we're hoping to make their needs to address their needs, which is to pay right time and to get their payments credited and for service to continue uninterrupted. So with that, again, thank you for joining us. And we'll be announcing more, exciting things as the weeks go by. 2020 off to a good start. Looking forward to your support. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir Boy. Now, just to give you an insight, well, I'm sure you all know what this is all about. Converge ICT, as you all know, is our fastest growing internet provider in the Philippines. And now they're trying to have end-to-end customer service experience. Converge ICT is also committed to providing more Filipinos with better connectivity. That's one of the inconveniences that we are currently having. And of course, Converge is also trying to address that. And for today, with a partnership with BTI Payments, this allows more Filipinos to have continued access to top quality, reliable broadband services from Converge ICT. So at this point, we'd like to request for the country manager of BTI Payments Philippines, Mr. Danny Bara, to give us his message.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Well, first of all, I would like to thank you for being here with us despite the events unfolding around us. We're happy that you're here and your interest to be here. As long as it's only happening around us and not within us. So anyway, we're very proud to be a partner of Converge ICT. I believe, Converge ICT being the fastest growing, it's always great to be associated with such a company. And for us to be a trusted partner of Converge in being able to improve their end-to-end services to customers is something that we are greatly honored to be part of. Pay and Go kiosks is actually no different from what Converge ICT offers with their fiber connectivity. It's simple, it's fast, and it's reliable. The Pay and Go kiosk, the reason why it's actually becoming to be a preferred channel for payment is because customers, when they use it, it's just simply entering a few details on their account, and then they enter their cash. Cash is automatically being processed and being read and counted, and transactions are then digitally processed so that it becomes real time. So as soon as the person who uses the kiosk presses done on the screen, then your payment is actually posted simultaneously. So that is how fast and how innovative the solution is for customers. And I think this is something that we feel is going to be a trend for many of the payments and payment centers that are offering these services. And it would certainly change the landscape as far as customer experience. Right now, Pay and Go is actually, just to give you a bit of a background, we are actually a wholly owned company of Bangtech Group, which has been around for 25 years and had been into the payments business for quite some time. We currently have about 700 payment machines deployed. However, 500 are now nationwide and can accept all types of payments, of course, including the Converge ICT bills. We have about more than 700,000 customers that are using the kiosks now. And about 4.6 million transactions were already processed in 2019. We also turned over about 6.4 billion of payment transactions now in the whole of 2019. So it's been a growing business. We see the volumes to be growing also on double digit month on month, and we see this trend to also continue. And it's really something that we always would want to, our message to our customers and to our users is that we would want payments to be available where they're at. You know? And that's why, as much as possible, we try to bring our kiosks closer to the customers, near where they are on their day-to-day routine. So it's always, we'd like to have the same experience where they can be able to pay on real-time basis through the kiosk, whether they're at the offices, they're at the supermarkets, they're in pharmacies, in malls, or even at your place of residence. You know? So that is where we are bringing all of our machines so that it can be available and convenient, and it doesn't have to be a separate trip just to be able to pay your bills. No? It should be where you are. And that's really what Pay and Go kiosk is all about. It's providing that service of being able to pay digitally, real time, wherever you are. So that's basically our message, and we'd like to thank you for being here again with us, and well, thank you again for your support. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dan Ibarra, once again the country manager of BTI Payments Philippines. Thank you very much for enlightening us with what your machines can do. Not only does it provide convenience, but it also makes it easier for everybody to just move around. Since everyone is multitasking, everybody's on the go. This makes it a lot easier for everybody to just accomplish more things every day. So we'll be setting up our contract signing here, and we would like to call back right at our table to help us with the contract signing. We have Sir Dan once again, and of course Sir Boboy, and also Mr. Peter Blackett, the General Manager of Strategic Development in Asia and Director of BDI Payments. And after the contract signing, these three gentlemen will lead us in a ceremonial toast to celebrate the new and historic partnership between Converge ICT and BTI Payments.
To pay for your Converge bill using Pay and Go. Because obviously, when you are using the fastest internet in the country, you would want a faster way of paying your bills as well. Okay, so to begin with, I'll just stay here so you can see. So from the list of our billers on the screen, just choose Converge Internet, and then kindly read the data privacy consent, because once you click proceed, you are giving consent to Pay and Go to access and process the data you have provided based on our policy terms. So just click proceed and enter your Converge bill. So once you enter, just click proceed and enter your mobile number to where you would want to receive the notification of the transaction. Then click proceed. Sorry. Forgot my number. So you need to check, we would like to encourage everyone to check for the details first before clicking pay cash. So once it's correct, you can choose pay cash and insert the amount you would want to pay. Then click done. So I have here the transaction receipt as the proof of your payment. And then here I also received a text notification confirming that my transaction has been successful. So can I invite one of the press to try?
Ito na.
Pero teka muna, i-live niyo ko. Ganun.
Sige. Nakalig ka na, madam.
We would like to invite Ms. Rosel Toledo to join us for the demo.
Pinahiya mo naman ako. Daya naman. Kaya naman bill ko.
Kanila magagaling yung cash eh. Lalagay mo yung actual bill mo.
Kuday?
Pwede.
Be charged to the customer? Wala.
None.
So how will BTI make money out of this?
Converge will pay BTI.
Okay.
Not enough though.
Can the client, customer pay even if overdue na yung past due na yung
Now,
bill?
we don't have those rules like a certain utility na if it's past due, you have to go to their office.
Yeah.
You can pay through this channel anytime.
One problem of
You can pay ka.
machines like this yung obsolescence, no? And if you put that in one shop na hindi naman pag-aari ng BTI or ng Converge, usually wala rin alam yung tao nandun. Let's say sa Shell or sa Wingstop or whatever. What makes you feel confident na this will be sustained, it will be maintained, na people won't be disappointed when they go there na umaandar siya? Kasi more often, pupunta ka doon, offline, ganun, di ba? Sir, that question is directed to you.
Yeah, thank you for that question. Actually, we've been around, we've been operating the machines since 2016, and we have been growing fast in terms of deploying them and maintaining and making sure that the machines are available almost 100% of the time. And we are actually located also in 24/7 locations where the machines are actually available 24/7. So it is upon us, of course, to make sure that it is always available. And the store doesn't really have to do that much because we do everything. We maintain, we make sure that we service the machines frequently so that they are always operational. And at the same time, we also have, in cases where there will be some issues, then we do have a help desk number, and customers can actually call us and let us know what the problem is, and we're able to address that. In many cases, when they do call, more than 99% of the time, it's already addressed immediately. So we don't have open tickets where it will linger and customers are waiting for a resolution.
Sir, just, people nowadays use a lot of payment channels, specifically mobile apps, to pay for their and online their bills.
Yeah.
Is there still a big market for this type of
Well, again, that's a very good question because that has been always something that we're asked about in terms of longevity of this product. No? We see that the Philippine market, even though we're growing very fast on digital payments, using the phone, using the internet, we still see that the cash market is growing faster. Again, just looking at from the base of cash paying consumers. No? Even though if it only grows 5%, and let's say the internet market grows at 20%, the base itself of cash market use, cash paying consumers, will still be larger. And therefore, every time we see, and I think you can witness this during paydays, you would always see people lining up. There will always be people lining up, whether it be in banks, whether it be in other payment centers. You see a lot of people lining up just to be able to pay their bills. And mainly because there is still preference for cash. Now, I don't know about the psyche of the Filipinos, but maybe because they're still not that confident in paying online, maybe there is still that level of trust and confidence. I guess if we even take a survey here in this room, we can still see a lot of people may actually still prefer to pay cash over the counter. So instead of paying over the counter where they still have to line up, it would really be much better if they would just try this channel, because here, of course, we say no more to long queues, no more to waiting, and you don't have to wait until it gets posted 2 or 3 days after.
Sir, last question for me. How many kiosks will you be putting up around the country?
The market is really very big. Right now, we're barely scratching the surface. As I mentioned, we already have 700, but we see this going to thousands because there is a high demand for it. A lot of the partners that we've been talking to have seen the value of this, and they're asking for more. So we see it to be one way by which they can really offload a lot of the inefficiencies that is being experienced on over-the-counter payments.
Sir, hindi naman no? Not exclusive to Converge, even other telcos din.
Oh yes, definitely. The machine is available to many of our key partners.
Thank you.
Converge is just the first telco that actually trusted us in deploying this. So,
Hi, I'm Aksan from our house. Curious na ako, meron naman sa market yung kung meron na, saan yung mga available?
well, we're available in Ministop, in Lawson, in major supermarkets like Robinson, Super 8, Everplus. And of course, the list of locations and partners are growing. We're also available in offices, wherein many of the business process outsourcing locations. And we're in schools as well. We're in CSB, College of St. Benil. We're in Lasal Lipa. We're in FEU. We're in UP as well. So we're still starting, and we just want to make sure that we can bring this channel closer and closer to the customers.
You.
Hello. Good afternoon. I'm Harold from What's Happening.ph. My question is, how can businesses partner with you in the future?
Well, it's very simple. They just have to let us know that they want to be integrated into our platform. And if they want payments to be available on the kiosk, then we can just simply add it on. And it's all digital. That's why it's very easy for us to have them on our menu, in our screens. And it can be processed on our back end. So it's usually what we call an API connection, so that we are connected digitally, so that all transactions will always be on real time.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Ray from Pueraka.com. For Converge, is there a similar partnership like this, or will there be a similar partnership of this in the near future?
We actually have other traditional partnerships already. Your traditional banking and convenience stores. So customers can today pay to over the counter. They can pay to like 7-Eleven or pawn shops.
Are they
So
also
that's-
on real time? The posting of payment, is it also on real time?
That's what we call near real time because it has to be processed by batch. And that's why, when Dan committed that they will work with us to do real-time posting, we signed up immediately.
So it's much better to use this one.
Yes, it's much better.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm John from Tech Application. Do you have any other steps if we encounter any problem with this machine? Any steps, measures, if we encounter any problem?
Well, we try to make sure that we properly maintain it. It's a very simple device, actually. It's no different from your laptop. It's connected to a printer. The only thing that is a bit complex with the machine is what we call the bill validator. That's the one that reads your cash. So when you enter your notes, it will be able to right away determine the amount, and then it will then process it digitally, and then we can then have the transaction sent over to the partner.
How much security?
How much is the machine?
Security.
We can talk later.
I mean, the security of the machine.
Well, it's very secure. Everything is covered. Well, it's all masked in terms of the information that we process through not only to the machine but also to the platform.
Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Adrian from Southside Lifestyle. Who do we call or what do we do in case, like, in the middle of the transaction, the machine breaks down or the money gets stuck or something?
Yeah.
Well, there are those situations. When that happens, it should really be, it's very minimal because it should happen at that right moment when you press done, and then all of a sudden, nag-down yung connection. So that's the only moment that it can happen. But it does happen. So when it does happen, that's where we have our help desk that customers can call, and we're able to right away resolve the issue. But we have this thing called MySupli, so that when the transaction doesn't push through, but we already accepted the money, then that amount actually goes to your MySupli account. And it can be accessed because you entered your phone number, your mobile number, and that becomes your automatic MySupli account. So you can access it again, and then redo the transaction that you would want to make.
With regards to the pay and go, kayo po ba yung pumipili ng establishments or can a merchant apply to have a pay and go ma-install sa kanila? If ganon, paano po yung process?
Well, we usually try to partner with key institutions, but we also have situations where the store would want to apply for a machine, and that's where we have to look at of course, the location and how viable it is if they have the traffic, because we have to make sure that we generate X number of transactions for the machine to be sustainable.
Just in case lang, let's say, I have a, I have a mark, okay, kikita ba ako dyan? Sorry, this is my data.
Meron ho tayong revenue share.
Yeah.
So if the location partner is willing to have the machine, the kiosk in the store, then we have an arrangement, and we can talk about that later, where there is a commercial agreement that we can take a look at.
But for the store owner, it's also, it helps them increase their business, because if a store owner has one of these machines in their store, people start to realise I can come and pay my bills or to prepay my mobile phone, and so it actually encourages more customers to come to their store. So while there might be some opportunities for sharing some of it, it's also a value add for their business, so they're encouraging people to come to their store.
But is it limited to Mart only? Like, there are certain establishments like laundry shops that are big enough to, you have sustainable, and it's within the residential area. So are you limited to Marts only, or are you open to other types of establishments?
We're open to other establishments. I mean, we're interested where people want the service. We want to be able to put a machine there so they can use it in a convenient location. But as Dan mentioned, we do look at the volumes and the potential, because we're only getting, we only make money when we get a transaction. So we're interested in making sure that the machine is up and available and is in a good location for people to use it.
We'd like to address a question for Sir Peter. How would you say the Philippine payment market compares to other countries in Asia?
Something we've observed, I mean, every market has its own uniqueness. I think there's some underlying trends, but every market is different. As an organisation, as Dan mentioned, we've been around for over 25 years. Our background is in Australia, being more of a mature market, but we've now been operating in Asia for over 10 years. We've been in India for almost 10 years. We have close to 6,000 payment devices in India, and we're seeing that is a market that's growing rapidly. Cash is the underlying theme. Everyone talks about digital payments, and everyone talks about the trend of going digital, and we fully support that and see that happening as a trend, but we can't deny the importance of cash and the need for cash, and we're focusing on that money in and money out. So we want to be the enabler for the digital economy. So we can help organisations like Converge to be able to have their customers pay their bills, to digitise their cash by paying their bill through a kiosk, or giving cash out service, be able to give people cash out from their account so they can use that cash. So very much focused on helping people get money in and out of the digital economy, and that is a trend we're seeing across Asia, to be honest, across the world.
Thank you. Just a follow-up question. What do you see with the other innovations in other countries or in the Philippines as well for payment channels?
Innovation is, there's lots of innovation. I think the mobile phone is what everyone lives and dies by these days. That's the most important tool we have, and making sure that your mobile phone is linked into the payments environment is important. And that's what we almost see as well, is even with our kiosks in the future, you may have a mobile phone, you might be able to pre-stage a lot of the transaction, whether it be for money in or money out through your mobile phone. But if you want to be able to do a payment with cash, you still need to come to a secure self-service device to do that. So we're seeing a lot of innovations in payments, but you still need to be able to authenticate. You need to be able to meet KYC and any anti-money laundering requirements. So there certainly is a requirement for secure devices and to be able to complete that.
All right, thank you. Do we have any more questions from our guests?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Conrad from WhatsApp.ph. Sir, maliban po sa payment ng Pay and Go, wala po ba siyang kakayahan na magkaroon ng like savings? Opo.
Well, we are servicing a lot of the e-money wallets right now, but they're not really savings account. No, it's not. Maybe you're pertaining more towards later on the machine or the kiosk can accept deposits. Well, that is still something. Well, we'd like that to happen, but it's still under the banking regulations, where they still really cannot, or they're not keen on having this channel as a deposit channel.
O how about po yung money padala to another person?
Well, it's actually happening right now because once somebody puts money into a wallet, it can be the wallet belonging to their friend or relative.
Yes.
So when they load it through the machine, effectively that is similar to what you're saying.
Thank you, sir.
Although we're not claiming, it's similar to what you're saying.
Do we have any more questions? We have time for 1 to 2 more questions. Okay, so that wraps up our question and answer portion, as well as the program for this afternoon. Thank you very much, Sir Dan, Sir Boboy, and Sir Peter for joining us today. And to all our guests,